Let's talk about a concept that, if you really let it sink in, can change your relationship with, well, everything. It's called stewardship, and it's all about shifting how we see the world, moving away from a mindset of ownership to one of profound responsibility.
Our whole journey today really starts with this one thought. Each of you, as a good manager, must use the gift that God has given you. Now pay close attention to that word. Not owner, not boss, but manager. That single word right there is the key that unlocks this whole different way of looking at our lives.
And this is the big idea it leads to, the paradigm shift. The concept that nothing we have is truly ours. I mean, really think about that for a second. We come into this world with nothing, and we're going to leave with nothing. That simple truth kind of suggests that everything in between, it's all just on loan. We're just temporary caretakers.
Okay, so if we accept that we're managers, not owners, then the next logical question has to be, what exactly is our duty? So let's dig into the ethical responsibility that comes along with being a steward.
At its very core, stewardship is an ethical duty. It's about responsibly managing the resources we've been entrusted with. But the most important part, the real game changer, is that last phrase, recognizing they belong to another. We're not the owners. We're simply the guardians.
And this is where this big, abstract idea gets incredibly personal. We're not just talking about land or property here. We are called to be managers of our health, to treat our bodies wisely, to be managers of our time because every single second is a gift we can't get back, to manage our unique talents and use them for something bigger, and, to manage our money, seeing it not as something we own, but as a tool we've been entrusted with.
So, this understanding really forces us to ask a question that cuts right to the heart of our daily lives. It's a choice we're making all the time, whether we realize it or not. Are we operating with the mindset of an owner or the mindset of a manager? Let's break down what that really looks like.
You can see the two paths so clearly here. The owner says, it's all mine, and, naturally the focus is on personal gain. You answer only to yourself. It's a very temporary way of looking at things. But the manager, the steward, says it's all alone. Suddenly, the focus shifts to the wise use of those resources for a purpose beyond just me, understanding that ultimately, you answer to the true owner. It changes everything.
So let's make this super practical. Just think about your finances for a minute. When you're making decisions, spending, saving, giving, which voice is louder in your head? Is it the owner saying, hey, this is my money, I'll do what I want? Or is it the manager asking, how can I best use this resource that's been put in my care? That's a really powerful question to sit with. And that brings us to our final and maybe the most crucial point of all. Because if everything is alone, and if we're the managers, well, then it only makes sense that someday there's going to be an accounting. A moment of ultimate accountability.
The book of Ecclesiastes puts it pretty bluntly. It says, go ahead, enjoy life, live it up, but it adds this one huge condition. Remember that you must give an account to God for everything you do. Every choice, every action, it's all being noted.
And then that idea gets reinforced with even more clarity. The language here is just so direct. There's no ambiguity. Yes, each of us will have to give a personal account to God. And that word, personal, is key. This isn't a group project. It's an individual evaluation, which just gives so much weight to every single choice we make.
You just can't avoid the implication here. The role of a manager comes with accountability. A day will come when our time as stewards is up, and we'll be asked to explain what we did with it all. The health, the time, the talents, the treasure.
And so we end with the one question that this entire idea has been building toward. If that moment was right now, today, and the question was put to you directly, what did you do with what I gave you? How would you answer?